AITA for not letting my guest sleep on the sofa, because that's my dog's place. My best friend's husband, Bob, my husband's close friend, was kicked out from home for being an idiot and asked if he could spend the night at our place. We have a comfy pull-out sofa in our living room, which is where our dogs sleep. They had separate dog beds in the past, but they hated it so they sleep on the sofa now. Because of that, I told Bob he can have the air mattress. He asked if he can sleep on the sofa instead and I told him no, because that's where the dogs sleep. Bob didn't like it, but accepted. This morning, Bob was complaining about the air mattress deflating during the night and being so uncomfortable he barely slept all night. I checked and the mattress was fine. He also made some sarcastic comments to the dog. My husband wants us to apologize to Bob for making him sleep on the air mattress. AITA?
AITA for refusing to help my daughter with her car payment because she is a stripper? I, 47 meters, have a 22-year-old daughter. She's in college and lives on campus. I agreed to help her make car payments, since she was in school. I was recently informed by a young man I work with that my daughter strips at a club about 40 minutes away. I confronted her on this and she said she didn't plan to do it after she graduated, and she needed some money. I told her then work McDonald's, not use her body. We got into an argument, and I asked her to quit stripping and get a decent job then. She refused and said stripping was easy money. So basically I said there was no need for me to pay her car payment anymore since she is making money so easily. She got upset and said that wasn't fair, and that she doesn't make enough for that. I told her to figure it out. She told my wife about what happened, and my wife is upset by her job of choice but says it's unfair for me to stop supporting her so suddenly over an argument. I think it's perfectly fair. It's my money and my decision when to cut it off.
AITA for getting my ex-friend kicked out of our friend group due to my service dog? Hi everyone. Update. From what everyone has said, I am clearly NTA. Thank you all for your concern and well wishes. Anna and her family have been blocked and I will no longer be in contact with her. It was also brought up to me by another user that there was a similar post posted a few weeks ago from a host's perspective. This is not the post. My situation happened really recently, a lot more recent than whatever the previous post was. I'm shocked to hear this has happened before, but yeah, it's full score not related to ours. Haha. I just want to start by saying I'm pretty sure I'm not the a-hole. But my friend and her family are pretty certain that I am. Please bear with me, I'm just wanting some clarity over this situation too. Make sure I'm not crazy. I, 24F, have epilepsy. I have a service dog, fully certified, who is trained to help me with my seizures. I have been diagnosed since a child. Andy have had my current dog Bailey for 4 years now and she is the bestest girl around. Before Bailey I had a previous service dog who we had to retire due to age, but having a service animal is by no means new for me. With her being a service dog, she's obviously always with me. I have a core friend group who hangs out quite often. My one friend, let's call her Anna, also 24F, always makes really weird and almost passive-aggressive comments about me and Bailey. X. Dogs shouldn't come to restaurants. I'm inconveniencing people, etc. She doesn't get that I legitimately need her for my own safety. It's not just for show. My seizures are really regular. For context, I actually get 2 different kinds. My small ones are petite mal seizures. This essentially just looks like I'm zoning out and staring into space. Quite often people who don't know me wouldn't even connect this. My big ones are my main concern. These are focal seizures where I fully lose consciousness. This can happen a couple times a day for me, so it's obviously really important that I manage it to the best of my abilities. Anyways, our friend Anna wanted to host a games night, happy night type thing at her house. When we there, she lost it on me. She told me it was incredibly disrespectful that I showed up with Bailey without asking for permission first. Can't just assume people will be happy with a dog always being around. That I should have just stayed home if I couldn't handle being out for a few hours without Bailey. I tried apologizing and pointing out that I assumed she knew I was bringing her since I've never gone anywhere without her. That set her off more. The guys were finally able to calm her down, but her compromise was I had to put Bailey in the backyard. I was an idiot and said fine because I didn't want to inconvenience anyone more or continue stirring the pot. Bailey went outside and I returned inside with my friends. I ended up having a seizure, blacking out and smashing my head on the floor. I had to go to the hospital because of how hard I hit my head. I guess my friend group absolutely handed Anna Harris, calling her hateful, toxic, and a jealous witch. I guess she was trying to say that I passed out for the attention and I got my way like always. Long story short, no one wants her around anymore. Since this happened, her sister and mom have been blowing up my phone, calling me the asshole and demanding I fix the situation, and it's honestly getting to me. So Reddit. AITA? AITA for laughing at my wife's name choice for our son? I decided to make a new account because I currently being bashed by most of my family members in this, and they follow me on my main Reddit account. So my 35M wife, 32F, is pregnant. She's due in 2 weeks and I am beyond excited because this would be my first child and I've always wanted Toby a dad. Yesterday, we were in bed together, talking about our baby. All of a sudden she up excited with a huge smile on her face. She told me to stay on the bed because she had a surprise for me. She went into our closet and grabbed a box. It was decorated with ribbons and bows, so I assumed it was a gift for me. She handed it to me with the same big grin on her face. It was obvious she was excited to see me reaction. I asked her what it was, but she just kept on saying, "Open it, open it." Opened it and inside was a blue onesie with the name, Bartholomew, in cursive stitched on the middle. Now, I had agreed that I'd let my wife name it baby since she was the one giving birth, and I felt as if it would be something really special for her, so I trusted she'd name my son something at least normal. I asked her what it meant and she said, "Surprise. That's going to be his name." Sounded so happy and enthusiastic, so I knew she was serious. I busted out laughing to the point of tears. I honestly could not believe she was going to name our son that. What the hell kind of name is Bartholomew? She got really silent and started tearing up. When I noticed this, I sat up and stopped laughing. She snatched the box off me and stomped back to the closet. I asked her if she was serious and she said yes. Apparently she's decided to name our son after her grandfather, who she was very close with before he died. I told her that she should think about this because it's an outdated name. She started yelling at me, saying I was judging my son before he even came out the womb. She stormed out and is now staying at her mom's. I honestly can't believe she's serious. Called me yelling at me because apparently she stole on me. I've been called immature and a joke so far. I'll probably just apologize, but there is no way in hell I'm calling my son by that outrageous name. I'm currently thinking of a nickname to call him. Any ideas? AITA? AITA for not wanting to pay for my daughter's education only under certain conditions. I, 52M, have 2 kids, a son, 26M, and a daughter, 19F. When my son went to college, I thought college would open up opportunities, and he was supposed to major in computer science but failed a bunch of classes and changed his major to something less lucrative. He went out of state, and I now realize that this was a poor investment. I didn't want to make the same mistakes with my daughter. She also wants to do computer science, and last year she got into a foreign university in the UK, which she says is like Stanford over there, Cambridge. I didn't want the same thing to happen, so I told her I can't help her pay for that and to go to a local state university or community college then transfer. She ended up not going and deferred her admission to see if this year she can get a loan, which I'm not for, but it is her life, or if she can get a scholarship for a better American college. She seems a little annoyed at me since effectively her brother got more money, but that was before I knew better. I can afford the same for her. Would be tighter now, and I don't want the same thing to happen, especially if it would be for a foreign degree. I suspect the same could happen to her since her brother was typically the brighter one while she just pushed herself the last years of school. AITA here? Edit. Genuinely thanks for calling me out and making me do more research on Cambridge. I think you understand better now. I knew about it, but maybe you underestimated it for being foreign. I'll definitely reconsider. She still has managed to defer her admission, and I will see what I can do to help. The visa application needs proof of funds, I think. AITA for asking my husband what did he expect after our daughter, 3F, asked him when he was going home. My husband travels for work and regularly works long hours, so our children don't see him every day and they go weeks without seeing him in person sometimes. We had a fight over it recently, so he's been home a lot more. Our daughter asked him yesterday when he was going home. She's 3 and she's convinced herself that he doesn't live with us and he only visits sometimes, because he isn't here every day like I am. My husband was upset, especially since he couldn't convince her he really did live here, and he brought it up before we went to bed because he felt I should have done more to make her realize he did live here and he couldn't always be home because he was working. I asked him what did he expect and he said I was kicking him while he was already down. He's also blaming me partly for the situation because I'm the reason we don't live in the same city as their HQ, and he's been angry with me all day. AITA?
AITA for not buying my sister what was on her registry. I 29F have a sister 26F. She's pregnant and recently had a baby shower. She had a registry of things she needed. I didn't buy anything off of that though. I had ordered custom-made onesies with my niece's name on it, and a changing pad. I don't have much money. I have a geriatric dog who cost a lot. I thought the gift I gave was cute and meaningful, and that she'd also be getting a lot of other gifts. After the baby shower, my sister pulled me aside and asked why I didn't pick nothing out off her registry. I had said I saw those and thought they were cute, and the registry is just a suggestion. My sister got annoyed and said the registry is stuff they actually need and that I gave her useless things, then walked away. I guess she talked Mom because my mom also said to me I should have just picked something from there because I know how my sister is and it would have helped her out. I'm now upset because I was excited about my gift and wasn't aware that the registry was so important.